You see it, Bang? You see it? I'm up. Yeah. Okay. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another edition of Down South Sports Fanatics, a Wednesday special edition. I'm joined by my boy, Pacho Gonzalez.
Who that? Let's go Cubs. Get the dub.
H-Town Chris is in the house.
What's up, buddy? Go Astros. Currently winning right now.
And, of course, the voice himself, straight up, Dave Robin.
What's up, guys? Who that, man? Y'all tell me to score in the Cubs game. I'm like 2 innings behind right now. I got them called.
All these Cubs fans. I know we got that Houston fans.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Listen, before we get started, I want to say make sure all our viewers know that this episode is sponsored by 501 Paints. Make sure you log on to their link, like their page, and share it with your friends. We're also sponsored by Limitless Entertainment, of course, my business. Please share and like the link. And tonight we're going to be talking about some upcoming shows we have this Saturday, a big fundraiser that I do every year. It's with No One Fights Alone. You can also go like their page. You know, it'll be greatly appreciated for all of our heroes. So what's up, guys? What y'all want to dive into first?
Y'all start off, man.
We're talking about this heat. Everybody's talking about the heat, man.
Man, I tell you what, it was so hot outside. My stepson Blake, his practice was canceled at Shaw. It was so freaking hot.
That's dangerous out there right now, man.
It's bad, man. I tell you, it's bad. Truly, it's. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, now they're the DA's talking about the whole training camp moving and everything. I think 22 for me. It's an incentive for me to buy season tickets. I get to get even if it is practice, but it still gives you that incentive. But other than that, I understand the heat, man. It's rough. I'd rather see them move if they need to move to maybe to Wisconsin, But I'm on the fence with it right now.
What about John Gruden? What's up with that, man?
That's going to be an interesting tale, Chris. What is up with that? That's man, and he's in Saints gear. Is that
well?
It's a little intriguing.
He doesn't look like a visitor. I mean, he's got Saints gear on, man.
Well, I'm pretty sure he went through the ranks, man. Demario Davis, Cam Jordan, if they're good with it, I guess they're in good standing with everybody else,
Man, look, there's more to that than what people are talking about.
Is it because our offensive coordinator is like one of the worst play calls in the league, or what?
I think this is Pete Carmichael's last. I think it's his last year. I really do.
I think Dennis Allen and Carmichael both are in a hot seat coming in this year. I mean, we said in our last podcast they'd have to make the playoffs to keep their jobs beyond this season.
They have to go. I think they have to go deep in the playoffs.
They might, Richie. I mean, they can't have an embarrassing first round blowout loss. I think they have to make some kind of a statement. Once they get in.
I mean, the thing about it is, you bring in a guy like that don't show very good character about your organization as a whole, as far as offensively. You've been offensively dominant for the last, 15 years?
That Drew guy, man, I'll tell you, Drew and Sean Payton, man, it definitely it engineered things. But, no, Richie, I mean, you're right, dude. I mean, look, if Sean Payton was still the head coach here, we wouldn't be looking into this nowhere near as deep. You know what I mean? But the fact is you got a coach that's got a shaky track record back from his days with the Raiders, hasn't, last year, mediocre season. And, I mean, and dude, Carmichael, that innovative play call and the Saints catching teams off balance, you didn't see that. I mean, Pete Carmichael was very dry, very predictable last year.
I mean, I don't know how much did the offense change that much from losing? I mean, you lost, like you said, you lost Drew Brees, then you lost Sean Payton, the play caller. I mean, you have to learn. How much did you learn from Sean Payton being in that system so long?
I think a lot, man. I think Sean was very good at substitution packages. I think he was good at keeping defenses off balance. I mean, it just like Carmichael had no plan. I mean, hold on one second. My Labrador's pissed. Hold on.
Oh, you good? Don't worry about that. No, I think honestly, Sean Payton was a better play caller game day than he was a head coach. If that makes any sense.
I mean, he was definitely a great play caller. I mean, I love Sean as a coach and a play caller. I just think like last year, for instance, I mean, like Sean knew, okay, he's got the linebackers per se. Let's say they're biting on something. He'll go, if they're aggressive, they're blitzing. Guess what? He knows when to throw that screen and catch these guys off guard.
Yep.
I think he knows how to use his pieces a little bit better. I mean, he had a lot of guys that weren't stellar athletes. I mean, he made the most out of the Lance Moore, the Devery Hendersons guys, and he put them in a certain spot.
Not to cut you off
Carmichael doesn't do that.
Not to cut you off real quick. Look, my friend Chuck Thomas, one of the board members for NOFA, just shared the link in comments on our live feed. If y'all would, go share it, man. He's one of the founders of NOFA, the board members.
Yes,
y'all go like it. What you think, Chris? What you think about that topic, about what we're talking about, the play calling?
I mean, with the Sean Payton or the John?
Just in general, how much has it changed? Just from you, from seeing two different franchises you follow, what do you see the difference here now with the play calling?
I think a big drop off. I mean, there's a huge drop off. I mean, look at what happened last year, where you were with Dennis Allen and your quarterbacks. And I'm not getting on that quarterback subject anymore.
Yeah,
I'm just saying there was a big drop off. I think now you have a little bit of stability with Derek Carr. If I were Dennis Allen, I would definitely lean on John Gruden.
Okay, well, what you saying that and Pancho, you answer this for me. What you just said, we don't want to beat that dead horse again about the quarterback. But how much play calling changes and limitations you have with a new quarterback? What you think, Pancho?
It's just not that. Gruden and Derek Carr had worked together, so they got something there. They got play calling. So Gruden can lean, they can lean on Gruden for play calling. Where Carr shines the most, where and even in practice right now, where should we be focusing on Derek? Through Gruden's eyes. You've seen years, 3 through 6 or whatever. See where we at now. I mean, it never. I mean, Gruden is borderline Hall of Fame. I mean, do you not? I mean, do you not use that in the box if it's there? That's a tool. You use it.
Chuck said, "Looks like Les Miles' offense last year."
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely, Rich. I mean, it was very basic. I mean, it was very predictable. I mean, look, and I've heard other shows talk about, Taysom, it's getting old. Guess what? I always say this, and like I said, Taysom, man, added a wrinkle to the offense that was very necessary because the rest of it was so damn basic. And, I mean, it was too predictable. I mean, like I said, it didn't matter who was the quarterback for me. It was just bad offensive play calling. And I mean, and Pete Carmichael, he's got to know. I mean, it's a big elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? He's got to know who's standing over there. Like you said, like Poncho said, Gruden's got this track record,
I mean, we're not stupid. Look, if they don't produce this year, Dennis Allen, the writing's on the wall. Who's going to be the next head? Who's going to be the next head coach? Come on, really?
Right, let's be real. So, Mickey Loomis, Dennis Allen would have to be 100% flop. I mean, being a flop, he would have to fall on his face. Now, if Dennis Allen is anywhere between the 10 to 12 win range, Mickey's going to roll again next year. He's not going to show. He's not going to stop the train.
If he showed that progress, if he takes that step,
He's a buddy guy. I met the guy. Like I have conversations. He's a buddy. Like him and Drew and Sean. Like Sean.
What's up, Lance?
It's difficult to say, that they're gonna cut the it because you've seen they haven't fired anybody since Loomis's reign, pretty much. You get what I'm saying?
But you had a really good coach too.
But again.
See, I agree with Lance just said. There's no creativity to this offense at all now.
There's none. No, there's none. And I mean, look, Richie, I'm gonna say this too. One key component too is number 13. I mean, Michael Thomas opened up everything to me. I mean, everybody wants to call him, he relies on a slant too much. Guess what? That slant is maybe one of the best weapons in all of football. And I mean, I agree. So not having that to depend on, I mean, you're asking more out of a young Chris Olave last year. I mean, Shaheed was a very inexperienced receiver. So, I mean, there was a lot of things going on. I mean, I'm actually surprised the offense did as well as it did, given the play calling and the rotation of quarterbacks and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, Michael Thomas is going to make things a little bit better as well.
I mean, from what I hear, like I attended camp this past weekend, but Traquan Smith's been tearing it up, but it's what can you do for me in a game? It's not like Mike D and Bobby would say, he's not Mr. Airline. You're not shooting for that title.
Dude, that was my thing last week, man. That was
So I mean, you got to produce. We got some new guys come in for to see what we can do. But the false signings went around. With Anthony Barr and Kareem Hunt.
Man, look, that's just you and I both know, Pancho. That was nothing but Kareem Hunt trying to get paid from the highest bidder.
Right.
He's pitting two franchises against each other.
He left Indianapolis without a contract today too.
And look, let me tell you one thing I noticed last year, and I know Chris, you might agree with me on this because you follow fantasy just as much as I do. I know Dave and all y'all do. But I noticed one thing: Kareem Hunt lost a step.
Yeah,
Well,
He's getting older.
His explosiveness is not there no more.
I'll be honest, Richie. I didn't even see this. I wasn't in love with this whole idea. I know some Saints fans are going crazy
Me
when they see
neither.
a name.
Me neither.
And I don't think he's the best fit for the Saints, honestly. I mean, you're only missing Kamara for 3 weeks, which is, let's be real, it's a little bit lucky.
Man,
so,
going into 3 weeks, you're just really figuring out your offense yourself.
Right,
But again,
exactly.
At this
With
point,
a new
you still
quarterback,
have to bring
exactly.
somebody in. You still got preseason games. You still got bodies being used. So you still need to bring somebody in with a knowledge of a system. So, just in case if Jamal gets nicked up or if Kendra gets nicked up, you're not terribly deep there.
Listen, keep talking about running backs, man. I tell you what, not to jump off subject from the Saints, but we are going to, jump on different teams. I'm impressed with Dameon Pierce in Houston, and I know that's Chris's team. Because let me tell you what, that guy lost 10 pounds, dude, and he looks like a totally different person.
That dude's a beast. That dude is a beast.
Y'all, whoever look, you need to jump on him in fantasy. I can tell you that.
Tomorrow night, right, Chris? Tomorrow night, we're going to look at those guys.
They play. Well, he's not going to play tomorrow night, but they're playing the Patriots. The two guys I really want to see is obviously Stroud, but then Will Anderson.
Yeah.
I tell you what, another guy in camp for the Saints, I tell you what they say is locking down is Lattimore. They said he's having his best camp by far. And let me tell you this. I get this whole top 100 players and it's voted on by the players and stuff. But let me tell you one thing. If y'all think y'all got Lattimore at 70, whatever it was, he's in his 70s, that's insane to me. Yeah. That's insane to me.
I think Jalen Hurts is number 3 is nuts, and I know I'm going to get some flack for that. I like Jalen Hurts, great ball player, but he's not the 3rd best player in NFL. I'm sorry. He's not the 3rd best quarterback. So, I mean, he's not the 3rd best player in NFL.
I wouldn't disagree with you there, Dave.
And I like it. It's not a knock on Jalen Hurts. I think he's a heck of a ball player, but I don't think he's better than Joe Burrow or Josh Allen.
Instead of saying the top 100 people, say the top 100 players for that year. That's fine.
Right.
That's what I kind of think it is, though.
Well, it is, but I still think you can't have one of the top. I think at least top 6, 7 cornerbacks in the NFL.
I think he's top 3, Rich. I think the only guys I got above him is maybe Sauce Gardner, maybe Surtain. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's been a model of consistency the last half decade.
But Dave, you're gonna think I'm crazy. I honestly think, and I know this is only his 2nd year. I think Sauce Gardner is the best cornerback in the league.
Oh, I mean, I think a lot of people are starting to go to that narrative. Sure.
The lapses. I mean, there is some lapses. You hear the rumbles around. The talk radios, but he almost takes it for granted. Almost his talent. He
gets bored.
Against
it almost seems that way.
Against the Vikings.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think he ran into. I mean, everybody has an off game. I think Adam Thielen is just such a good route technician. I mean, he'll get guys spinning once in a while. I mean, because Adam Thielen's not a monster when it comes to ability, but man, he's such a good route runner, But no, I mean, look at Marshawn Lattimore, though, how he dominates guys like Mike Evans. You know what I mean? He did it to Julio Jones for years. I mean, he's – I mean, I think he's, significantly underrated by the rest of the league, if that makes any sense, even though he's got the Pro Bowls and all that good stuff.
Without being a homer, I say we arguably probably got a top 5 DBs, in the league. Like, from top to bottom in the DBs.
I was disappointed in Paulson Adebo last year. I was.
Yeah, I think he's got to get his – I think he started to get his mojo back a little bit towards the end of the year, Richie, but I'm with you. He started out real slow, and I think Alontae Taylor just stole our attention, how good that guy was.
What'd you think, Chris?
I was going to say top 5 DBs. I mean, I can understand Lattimore, but CB2 that's kind of a question mark, man.
I mean, Alontae Taylor? You got
they do. I tell you what, though. I tell you what, they do. They do have the Honey Badger ranked high.
Yeah, your Honey Badger. You still got people there.
Chris, they got the Honey Badger ranked in top 4 safeties in the league. Yes.
He hasn't done anything.
Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. I agree.
I agree. Listen, I love Tyron. I think he was a good player. but
Yeah,
he hasn't done anything in 4 years.
I think he could be the Darren Sharper this year.
Ooh,
No.
man. I gotta
Do you
take
know?
Chris's side on this.
Do you know what safety's got the most interceptions in the last 3 years?
I don't.
I can't remember. I looked. I seen it yesterday. The guy in Tennessee.
I was gonna say, Bayard maybe. Is it Bayard?
Oh, what is? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. Oh,
No, look, hey, I want to say this, Chris. I agree with you on Matthew. I think Matthew. I don't think he was very good at all last year. I'll be honest. I hated losing Marcus Williams. I really think that was a big loss for the Saints, along with Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah.
In the last couple off seasons. But dude, I will say this. I think the corners are really strong. I agree with Pancho in terms of the corners. I think there's no better trio of corners in NFL. I'm going to go out and say that right now. I think Paulson Adebo is going to bounce back, and I think Alontae Taylor's the real deal. He showed enough in 1 year.
I got them boys in Denver are pretty stout.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. I just really think Alontae Taylor's the truth, man. I really do.
I'm not. I mean,
safety's a little bit of a question mark for me. Safety's more questionable than corner. I feel great about our corners, and then you got Bradley Roby as your, kind of like your slot guy, which is really good. A guy with a nice veteran track record.
What'd you say, Chris?
Here's a list that's pretty interesting. Miami with Xavier Howard and Jalen Ramsey has to be one.
Right.
I mean, that's
and Ramsey's going to miss a bunch of time too.
Number 2 would be the Eagles with Darius Slay and James Bradbury.
Yeah.
That's 2. Now, this is just a list. You can debate it.
Yeah.
Cowboys, Gilmore and Diggs.
Oh, man. Jeez.
I think Diggs is overrated.
Diggs is the most overrated defensive back in football.
I think Diggs is a bona fide freaking zone corner.
Yeah, he can make a tremendous interception, but he gets beat repeatedly on basic routes.
Yep.
The Jets would have Garner and Reed.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Washington, Kendall Fuller's really good. Really good.
I like that.
Benjamin and St. Just, I'm not familiar with him.
Mm.
And then the Packers, Douglas and Alexander.
Jerry Alexander, yeah, great corner.
Yeah.
Things weren't on. So, but it was a list. You can judge that.
They're not gonna, but I don't disagree with Pancho in some ways neither. They don't get the recognition they deserve.
Right.
I'll tell you that.
Safeties in there too. I mean, you can add the name value in there, but
right.
I mean,
but I mean, if you name the, I'm sorry, man, Tyrann Matthews not a top.
Look, Chris, I'll say this. He played better down the stretch, but he was awful the first half of the season. Like he was. Remember the Atlanta game in run defense? I mean, Tyler Algier was just carving that dude up. I mean, it looks like he was scared of Algier at one point in the game. I mean, the little flaky arm tackles. I mean, dude. I mean, I'm not saying Tyrann's a tough guy. You know what I'm saying? We love Tyrann. It's just his tackling in the open field was not very good. His coverage was not very good. I don't think he was in the right position a lot of times, but he did clean it up towards the end of the season a little bit. So I'm hoping that's where we pick up from.
Unfortunately, Dave, I think he's making a smart business decision.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because Tyler Algier was a low, dude. I'm still, like I said, look, hey, get Bijan Robinson if you can. But that kid was impressive. But he just seemed to, make our guys look awful when we played the Falcons last year.
Yeah. So, listen, guys, let's dive on into the fantasy segment. People have been waiting, chiming in, and everything else. They want us to jump into this. Mr. Fantasy H-Town himself over there with trophies and
Richie didn't believe
That's
me.
right.
He didn't believe me.
I believe you. I just like
he has that trophy right behind him.
Listen, I'm gonna jump off topic, right? I'm gonna tell you one thing I got beef with, and I don't care if who disagrees with it. It's just my personal, opinion about it. If you have Jamal Chase in your top 3 receivers in fantasy, stop.
If you do or do not?
If you do, stop it.
Ooh.
You mean stop it like that's not a good thing?
Not a good thing at all.
So you go with the unpopular opinion on this one.
What league are you playing in, Richie? I got to be in your league, Richie.
I got you.
Wow.
So Richie, give me 3. Give me the top 3. I'm just curious. I mean, I know
because to me, I do analytics, and I did the study on this, and Jamal Chase has become a boom or bust guy to me.
Ooh.
He'll have one great game. He'll have a mediocre game. He'll have 2 great games, have a mediocre game. That consistency with Jamal Chase, like Justin Jefferson, is far different.
I
gotta. Good.
Most situations, I mean, you guaranteed 5-6 points, and you could get 35. I mean, I'd take that.
Now listen to what I said. I said top 3. That's all I said. He's not in my top 3.
Hey, Richie, I got a little bit.
What?
Yeah. Well, I got a real quick. Hey, on Chase, I got an opinion on Chase, and I think I know why that is. Like, we don't see that every week monster game. Because T. Higgins is so good, and Tyler Boyd actually had some really good games last year in fantasy. I think Jefferson's going to be the guy. He's still going to be top 3, but he's not going to have those every week dominant performances, in my opinion. Because I think Jordan Addison is going to take the show some weeks.
Are we just basing this off stats? Are we just basing it off names?
I think we're looking at, because look, the ball's got to go around. T. Higgins is a 1,000-yard receiver. Tyler Boyd's better than most number 3 receivers in the league. So you're going to have those weeks where Jamar's a little bit down.
Have people forgotten about Mr. Consistency in LA?
Cooper Kupp. Oh, yeah. You can't forget about him. Absolutely. I got Kupp in the top 5 for sure.
You don't have Kupp in the top 3?
It's close. I mean, if he's healthy, absolutely. If he's healthy, if he's going to play, and the health has been an issue the last couple of years.
And that's one thing I don't do. I can't base my stuff on injuries. I never.
No, you can't. You can't play scared with it for sure. You can't. I mean, but you better make sure you have some depth on your roster.
What are we talking about? Standard, dynasty, PPR?
PPR. All day PPR.
Standard.
PPR.
Standard or dynasty?
Dynasty. Well, no.
So give me your top 3.
If you're going dynasty and redraft, I would day long. I'll agree with you on that, Chris. I would take Chase over Kupp in a dynasty. But if you're going standard, 100%, I'm taking Cooper Kupp.
So give me your top 3, Rich. Let's see where you at with the top 3.
I can basically tell you it's Jefferson, Stephon Diggs, and Cooper Kupp.
No.
Now Diggs, I think I'm going to tell you. Okay, and I'm not. Look, dude, Diggs is going to have a good year, but I'll tell you, watch the guy who I think is going to hurt Diggs a little bit over there is Dalton Kincaid. Man, I think that kid's going to blow up with Josh Allen.
Dave, I'm telling you right now, after all that beef in Buffalo, I would be surprised if Stephon Diggs gets 20 targets a game.
I mean, they look like they were close to moving on from him at one point.
Go ahead.
Why is Tyreek Hill not in this conversation?
That's a good point too. Yeah,
because I believe Tyreek Hill. Here's the problem I have with that. I think Tyreek Hill is another boom or bust guy. I look at a lot of consistency in people, and when I say boom, that don't mean they're not a good fantasy receiver.
Right.
I want consistency at my receiver position, and there are guys with smaller names that consistently put numbers up. And I give you one right now, Ahmad St. Brown. It's consistent.
Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown's a heck of a receiver, man. I mean, that dude. Well, like you said, Richie, you want that 7-catch, 100-yard guy, 1 touchdown. Yeah, I mean, you want that more stable thing rather than a guy that could go 10 catches for 150 yards one week and then 2 catches for 30 the next.
It depends. It also depends on how you construct in your team as well.
Well, right.
Absolutely. And listen, guys, you're 100% right on that, Chris. We also got to look at the draft you're in, the team you're on, and stuff. I agree 100% with that.
Yeah, because if you got a bunch of consistent guys, you need that home run hitter every once in a while.
Because people need to understand, and I'm sure we all understand, you got different leagues, PPR leagues, standard leagues, auction leagues. You got this. You got to look at all that.
But I don't know why everybody just doesn't play PPR. That's why I got a good question. Why does anybody play anything but PPR?
Because a lot of the old school guys don't want to do that. Don't like that new point system. That's all.
Man,
that's what I find.
That's just I don't get it, man. I don't.
PPR is becoming more standard.
Yeah.
Oh God,
I'm in an all touchdown league now.
Well, then you definitely want Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I do want Jamar Chase.
I mean, you got to a top 3 quarterback, man.
And I don't want Jefferson.
Hey, I think Jefferson's going to ball out, dude. But watch Jordan Addison, man. That kid, he's gonna play, man. And with Minnesota, I think he's going to be the best rookie receiver by a wide margin.
I think it's all just how you draft and construct your team, man. I mean, it's really. Everyone goes in with a plan, or at least they should. But when the draft happens, things start shifting, and then you have to start making moves.
Chris, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If someone's going real wide receiver heavy, look like I've seen the past year, I'll go running back. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go take the highest available, which are running backs. Once Chase, Jefferson, Hill, they're all gone. I'm going running backs. When people zig, I say that's kind of my.
Well, let me ask you this: in most leagues, the position that gets the most points is the quarterback position.
Depending on the scoring position.
Well, I know I'm saying the most. I get what you're saying, but why is it that most quarterbacks don't go in the first or second round with people?
Ooh, I disagree.
The other spots are premium.
One
You got-
quarterback league.
Go ahead, Pancho. Go ahead.
You got fewer specialists than you got quarterbacks. So you got it. You know what I'm saying? You got what, 4 running backs? You know, before you get to mediocre, they got 5, 6 receivers. So you get to like mediocre. You got 2, tight ends. So you get to mediocre. So
Mhm.
I disagree. I'm looking at a list right now. And I can name 9. I can name.
I think receivers are a dime a dozen. Honestly, I'm going to say that once you get past that top 3 or 4.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying the tier is dropping off. I'm just saying you got 6 dominant receivers that then you got receivers that from 5 through 20 they're going to get you the same numbers.
Yeah, no, I think I get that way. I think originally, Chris, I see what maybe he thought the first time, but I see your point a little more now with that for sure.
Like I would go Kelsey. There's 2 tight ends deep. Get what I'm saying? Yeah. I would go. Like
that's another big question.
That's tremendous. So
that's another first. Like, that's another question there, Chris, and I think you'd agree with me. Why are we sitting here talking? We're talking about the top receivers, top 3, 4, whatever. Why you not got Kelsey in there?
Because I'll tell you right now, a tight end, just like what Pancho was saying, there's about 3 tight ends, and I'm telling you,
and that's a major drop off.
It goes to Kelsey, Andrews, Hopkins, and then you start and Waller. Kittle, who's kind of lost a step. Dallas Goedert's getting older. Kyle Pitts is there. He's younger.
I played in leagues with Chris and Dave. You tell them I've always had tight ends. That's how I've always had.
There's nothing wrong with taking a tight end, but if you're taking a tight end in the first round, I love you.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's a little bit much.
Wait a minute. Why would Isn't the point of building your team? You're starting lineup.
Maximize your position. Yeah,
correct. But
isn't it? So
18, let's say 16. Let's just say 12 teams. That's pretty.
Okay.
I can tell you right now, the 12th tight end ranked is Greg Dulcich. What's the difference between him and Dalton Schultz and Njoku? Pat Fearman.
That's why you get Kelsey when you can get him.
Yeah, if you don't get Kelsey early, then you might as well wait. Yeah, you might as well wait.
Kelsey, I'm going to go over here to the running backs. I'm going to go take Devontae Adams.
I mean, everybody has their own strategy.
Listen, I would tell you this, and I'm not
at the bottom of the league every year.
I'm kind of with Pancho on this. Let me tell you what. If you're in a PPR league,
say that I'm the bottom of the league.
No, I said if you're in a PPR league, okay.
Pancho's trying to throw shots.
Oh, I know. But listen,
hey, we're gonna see that good time fantasy league.
I think if you're in a PPR league, and anyone, no matter if it's an 8 or 10-man team, a 10-man league. If you let Travis Kelce out of the first round, you're mistaken.
Yeah, we're talking redraft, right? Yeah, we're talking redraft.
Yes.
Okay. See, redraft, I got to throw my whole philosophy different because I've been playing in Dynasty for so long now. And redraft, but hey, I want to make a point. I want to say something about tight ends. I think Andrews could be the guy this year that falls off a little bit, and I really like Andrews. He's been one of the most underappreciated players in fantasy for a while that always puts up numbers. But I think Kyle Pitts, people have short memories, and this kid 2 years ago was outstanding. He didn't get the touchdowns, but look at the team he was on. I think Atlanta, as that team gets better around him, I think Kyle Pitts is going to be healthy. I think that kid's going to really – we hate to talk about Falcons, but he's going to be a beast.
I think Flowers is he could be Rookie of the Year.
With Baltimore. Well, Baltimore's making it a point to get the ball to those receivers. That's why I think Andrews' numbers could taper off a little bit.
I mean, you got some players over there, but I think that Flowers could be Rookie of the Year.
And I wouldn't touch Darren Waller with a 10-foot pole. I'm sorry. I'm going to go against a lot of people's grains on that. But I think Darren Waller hasn't done nothing the last 2 years.
It's Bijan Robinson. How are you
take a long shot on
Wednesday Flowers?
What's that? Who's that?
Take the odds. Take the odds on it.
No, I'm saying, but like, we talking about tight end, right?
No. I'm sorry. Pancho started saying Zay Flowers was going to be Rookie of the Year.
I got you. I thought I missed
something. I'm not saying he's going to be a front. He's going to be the dog horse. He could be there. He's not on your radar, is he?
Yeah,
I think he's pretty high on some people's radar. I mean, they're going to get the ball to they want to get the ball to their receivers more. I mean, they're trying to expand that offense and take Lamar to the next level. I think Lamar's going to be doing less running and more passing. I think that's the intent now, to keep him healthier and fresh. You're
saying offensive Rookie of the Year?
Yeah.
For Zay Flowers?
No. Yeah.
Yep.
Not even close.
Bryce Young. C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, B.J. Robinson, Bijan Robinson. You've got Quentin Johnson. You've got your boy.
Pancho, how can you
name drop?
how can you pick? How can you? Zay Flowers is not even going to be the main target on his own team.
I don't even think anybody, one of those wide receivers in Baltimore is the main target.
Oh, now look, I wouldn't
There's
go
one
buying
main
their
target.
receivers. I just think that Andrews
in
could taper
Baltimore.
off a little bit.
There's one main target in Baltimore.
Mark Andrews.
Yeah, thank you.
Man, come on.
What's that?
What?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, a tight end. We still on tight end for a second. I'm gonna tell you a tight end who I think I'm gonna say this guy is gonna finish. You're gonna say I'm crazy, but this guy will finish top 4 this year in tight ends, and nobody named him yet.
Hold on. Let me guess.
You know who it's.
Oh, I know exactly who Dave's going to say.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's been a fan of him since he's entered the league. He's had one good year, and he's going to say
Evan Ingram.
Wait, no. Are we talking Ingram?
Yeah.
That's what.
No, it's not Ingram.
Oh my goodness.
No, I didn't say Ingram. No, I think the guy's going to be Chiggy Okonkwo.
There you go.
I think Chiggy Okonkwo in Tennessee. Watch this kid. In week 1, he is a guy. If I'm the Saints,
somebody tried trading me him today.
That guy can play, man. I'm telling you, you go watch his tape. I got a chance to watch him a couple times last year on Sunday Ticket, and I'll tell you, that guy is something. I don't know, man. He's an amazing after the catch guy, very physical, looks like a wide receiver out there. But I'm telling you, man, I don't know if I love the Hopkins situation there. I didn't see anything with Treylon Burks last year. I'm not writing the kid off, but I'm telling you, Chiggy Okonkwo, dude, is going to go off.
I don't like the Ryan Tannehill situation over there.
Yeah, and Tannehill, that could be a perfect fit for Tannehill, making safe throws like he likes to make. Let's be real. This is a guy that made Jarvis Landry relevant in fantasy for years.
If you have any doubt,
what up, Randy?
Any questions on this O-line or this linebacker call, you're going to find out week 1 what you got.
Oh, absolutely. That's a great point, Pancho. That's a great point.
For who?
For the Saints. If there's the linebackers will be tested early on. I mean,
that first game
is week 1?
Tennessee.
Oh, man, y'all beat Tennessee.
Well, no, I mean, I get what he's saying, because the thing with Tennessee, they're that team that could really – they got to do their damage in that short and mid-range area. I mean, I don't want to, preview the game a month ahead, but I get what he's saying. Derrick Henry, a Okonkwo going against linebackers.
I don't know why. I can't understand why people just think Tennessee is that bad.
I don't.
What's that now, Rich?
I don't see how people think Tennessee is that bad of a team.
I don't think they're bad. They're weird. They're hard to predict to me, because Tajay Spears is another X factor. I mean, I hope we're not leaving this. Everybody's leaving the Superdome that day saying, "Man, we should have drafted Tajay Spears," because I think that kid's got something.
You know what Tannehill and the Titans remind me of? It reminds me of like the old Jeff Hostetler, Jeff George era. It was just like you were good enough to get by.
Right.
Like you were good enough. Like you were showboating, you're doing your thing, but you was never at the top. You was never able to get that top of the mountain. And it's probably just playing the mediocre train. That's where.
Yeah.
Is he winning? Yes.
They don't look like they have a plan. They don't look like they have much of a plan going on there for that organization.
This is a receiver that turns into a quarterback. His junior year or senior year in college?
They have Ryan Tannehill, who I'm not a big believer. Derrick Henry's 29.
Who else?
DeAndre Hopkins, I really do, but he's 30 years old.
Yeah.
Backup quarterback.
They have a very old. I don't know, man.
Because I'm not saying they're going to win a division, which I don't think they will. I'm just saying I don't think they're going to be as bad as people think they are.
Who's the backup quarterback for Titans?
Will Levis. Or Malik Willis, one or the other, yeah.
And who's the other backer?
Should be starting.
It's going to be one or the other.
Beat out Will Levis.
Somebody's not going to be happy after this preseason. Let's put it that way.
Won't be me.
It won't be me.
If I'm any part of Malik Willis's camp, I'm hoping they cut him so he can go to freaking Seattle, go somewhere. I wish he went to Minnesota.
He ain't taking Geno's spot. Geno signed up for 4 years, bro. He's good.
But he might be an understudy somewhere. I think somebody may take him on as an understudy if he gets cut. Yeah.
Go play. I love Malik Willis.
Go to Sean Payton.
Why not? Yeah. Why not? Think about it. No, hey, why not? Why not?
I'm not a big believer in Russell Wilson. I don't think Russell Wilson's going to do all that good. I think Denver's going to be I think it's going to be a complete.
What is the hot mess that Sean Payton got going on over there?
Oh, he was talking about Nathaniel Hackett. I was watching Hard Knocks last night, and Aaron Rodgers and Nathaniel Hackett, apparently they're boys from the Green Bay day.
Yeah.
Green Bay, yeah.
They were all making fun. They were doing a little game. and they were trying to hit pylons, and you had to kind of like mess them up like that old movie Basketball. You know how you get to say
Basketball,
yeah.
man. Classic.
So Nathaniel Hackett was throwing.
Great
right?
soundtrack, by the way.
What up,
Nathaniel
Chaz?
Hackett was throwing, and then Aaron Rodgers said, Sean Payton, like that's trying to mess him up his throw and all that. It's funny, man. It's funny.
But
no,
yeah,
he just
but from
was
what
unprofessional.
from what the talk is, Sean's over there laying the law down, bro. He's telling them, guys, it's my way, the highway, and shit hits the fan, and it's
I guess he's feeding them a bunch of crock too.
And what about going on the coaching rounds? What
That's
about
what he fed us. That's what he fed us the last 2 years here. A bunch of crock. Really?
What about Eric Bieniemy, bro?
Eric Bieniemy's ruffling some feathers in Washington. I saw Ron Rivera
because that's how you properly train men to be champions. The
No,
man's
you got
two.
to. No, Richie,
the
you
man's
got
got
to.
two
Yeah,
Super Bowl
absolutely.
rings. Come on.
Hey, look, I'm telling you, that's another kid I like a lot, man. Your quarterbacks, if you're waiting on quarterbacks, you need a good backup. I like Sammy Howell, man. I'm telling you, I'm sticking to my guns with that kid
Is
from
he gonna
North
be
Carolina.
Tom Brady, the fifth round wonder or what?
Hey, look, Sam Howell, look, he's a lot better. I mean, Jacoby Brissett's their starter. That team's going nowhere this year. Howell, at least being the unknown, that kid's got a little spunk to him. He can run. I like his arm. I mean, this kid's got potential. I mean, Sam Howell was a pretty big prospect until his last year in college.
Dave, as you know, Poncho, he likes 1 year's worth or 8 games worth of seeing a quarterback, and he's either Hall of Fame or he's in the dumpster.
Mark Rippon is probably my favorite quarterback of all time.
Who?
Mark Rippon.
Who?
You don't even know who he
Dude,
is.
come on, really?
Who did he say? Lamar?
Mark Rippon.
Oh, Mark Rippon. I'm like, who?
Dude, Mark Rippon probably had the best 1 year of NFL football ever, dude. Like as a quarterback.
Oh, as a quarterback? Okay. I was going to say, I can name a guy that had one good solid NFL career.
Mark Rippon was, dude, he was the
really?
Dude, he was the monster.
Who?
Dude.
Oh,
Who?
Steve Slate.
Ah, there you go. The 1 year wonder, huh?
Oh, my goodness.
Googling.
I know who he is, but are we just talking about 1 year wonders? That's it?
Oh, man, we're just throwing names out there. We're just throwing Tyrell Williams out there.
No, he was saying about the Redskins, and I was saying, like, I'm not a LeBron guy, I'm not the guy.
Hey, watch it there. Watch it.
I'm not going to go follow.
Yeah, we hate the Lakers, there's no doubt.
Yeah,
you hate the Lakers. Don't say that. Don't say we.
Like the Lakers?
Oh,
Lakers are
the football team. USC
possibly the worst fan base in sports.
Basketball team is.
I'm wearing my Lakers shirt next week.
Is something else. Like if you're all over the place, man, come on.
The Laker fans are watching the Kardashians on their phones while the game's going on. Like if you ever look at a crowd, they're texting during the crowd, like during the game half the time.
Richie, you're a Lakers fan?
Yes.
No, Lakers.
I am.
Yeah, Richie is.
Chris is laughing.
Listen,
the Lakers and the Yankees, they come together. If you like one, you gotta like the other.
Yeah, Poncho and Chris will agree on that one. Yeah.
Lakers, Yankees, Cowboys, Alabama, and Miami Heat for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Those 5. Oh my god.
Oh,
Why you hate for the Lakers?
It ain't hate. It's just like
I think the fans mostly.
Yeah,
I like Kobe. I like Magic. I like Shaq. That's the crazy thing. It's like I don't hate the players. I mean,
it's the culture.
Here's my theory.
Yeah, it is the culture. I agree. It's the culture. I like Jerry Buss and his history with the Lakers.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening. Good, Chris. I'm listening. Good.
Everywhere you go, people that weren't even born in LA, never stepped foot in LA. Not saying you haven't. Like the Lakers. Why? Just like the Lakers.
So, do you want me to tell you why?
Well, I mean, you can.
I'm gonna give you a reason. And here's the good reason. For me, it was growing up. Never had no basketball team here. Okay, that's why I like USC. Didn't have cable television, so I watched all sports. Listen to me. I watched what was on TV at the time, and believe it or not, back then it was the Lakers, Notre Dame, USC, all your major teams was on national TV. So that's all you had to,
agree, Rich. I think there's a lot of Celtics and Lakers fans.
Don't get me wrong. I will listen. Everybody knows I'm a big Patrick Mahomes fan. That's my favorite player of all time already. But I will don't worry about it. That's another story for another day. But anyway, listen. I promise you, I'll be rocking my Saints gear this Sunday in that dome, and Patrick Mahomes can kiss my ass.
Well, there you go. Well, Richie, here's my thing about the Lakers fans. This is my problem with Lakers fans. I've been to a lot of Pelicans games over the years with Hornets, and I will tell you this. the fan base and the fans that go to that game, when they're hot and they had Kobe and Pau Gasol, Lamar Odom, Andrew Bynum, they had a good 2,000 or 3,000 Laker fans in there. I will tell you this, though. When that team was their best player was D'Angelo Russell a few years later, you might have counted one hand's worth of Lakers fans in that place. And now LeBron's there and they're back. And then when LeBron's gone another year or so, they'll be gone as well. Like, I mean, they're the most fair weather fans, in my opinion, in all of sports.
AD just signed 5 years there, so they've got at least about 60
your
games.
Cowboys, your Lakers. You could say, your Red Sox fans.
But I could say the same thing about people that like Chicago Cubs. Why do y'all like? Listen to me though. But why do y'all like anything about Chicago? Why y'all like anything about Chicago?
Chicago's awesome, man. It's a great city.
Oh my God, are you crazy?
Dude, it's awesome city.
They literally pissed on your fans at a game.
Listen.
Well, I mean, they look. If I was them, hey, I mean, it's
two different things.
There's worse fans out there.
There are no worse.
No, I will say this, Richie. They're very passionate fans. I mean, the Cubs and White Sox have fights every year in the stands.
And I think Pancho has too. I've only not been to 3 stadiums in the NFL. No, 4. I'm sorry, but listen to me, and I think Pancho agree with me. Everybody says Philly fans are worse. I disagree. I'm serious all the time.
They ain't that they're the worst.
They're arrogant. Yes, it's a difference because they love football. Let me tell you what, and this is just my opinion. The worst fans in the NFL are the Chicago Bears fans. They are utterly pathetic, useless people.
I'm gonna be plain and simple.
You get some degenerates, Ricky.
Name and terms. So New Orleans, we're gonna give you a beer. We give you a beer. You come to us, we give you a beer. And places like Philly stuff, they're gonna go up there and take the beer. They're not even gonna ask you for it.
I mean, Philadelphia fans threw batteries at Santa Claus.
Right. There we go. Good point.
Let me look. Let me tell you what. And here's what people don't understand. I think some of the best fans, and they don't get enough recognition. And I'm not just saying this because Chris is on the show. Houston's got some of the nicest fans you ever come across.
There ain't many of them.
There's
not many of them.
Oh, you out your mind. You out your mind.
I just don't think they like
20,000. That's about it, bro.
You better stop.
You hear Pancho, huh, Chris?
What did he say? I'm sorry.
There's about 15 to 20,000 of y'all out there.
Yeah,
I tell you,
go look up and see who's one of the wealthiest
franchises. Listen. I can say plain and simple.
Y'all starting to say them subplots right now, man.
Look at the dome. Where they play at. They got 20,000 people there. That's what I gauge my number.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna say this.
Worst saying I'm a fan, dude.
Worst fans to me in NFL are either in Florida or the West Coast in California, in my opinion. Because California, you lost, dude. Richie, and let me defend it. I'm gonna defend it. Los Angeles, how many times do you have to not support teams and keep losing them? And have you ever seen a Jacksonville game before last year? That place was empty. I mean, they threatened to move the team how many times? The Dolphins never have anything for attendance. The Bucks don't have much for attendance. I mean, crappy fan bases. I don't know if it's because these are tropical places and they got other shit to do, but I'm telling you, man, California sports fans, the 49ers fans are a little bit of the exception to the rule. You know what I'm saying? But you talk about a fan base of a bunch of degenerates. I mean, there's stabbings.
Well, let me tell you what. You know, it's funny. It's funny you say that, Dave, because when we went to Tampa, when me and Stacey went to Tampa, I had a conversation with season ticket holders, and in Tampa, they told me straight up that the season ticket holders, they would not come to a game if the temperature's below 60.
I'm telling you, dude, it's a weird fan base, and that's why I give those northern teams like the Packers, the Bears, the Browns. Like, dude, you're the Bills. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I know we're Saints fans and we think we're the best. I think they give the Bills and Packers fans give us a run for our money because the Bills fans they do it in horrible elements. So do the Packers fans, and they're nuts.
When I'm saying, I'm home. Cowboys fans travel really well, but as far as Saints fans, dude, you can go to any place, any state, any game throughout the season, and I guarantee you, dude, we take out at least 15 to 18% of that crowd.
I think we're good, Pancho, but I don't think we're Buffalo.
Traveling team, Pancho? Are you talking about traveling?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they got way better teams that travel well.
I'm going to say Green Bay and Buffalo are two that I think
y'all missing. That's you just hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Steelers have the number one traveling team. Period.
Yeah. The Steelers are probably the most.
Easily.
Yeah.
I've been a season ticket holder since 2006. So
I
I'm
mean,
in damn near every game. So I know.
He's a real
Pancho, the most visited.
We
The
got to
most,
throw our homerisms out though a little bit.
Listen,
Though. We are not
the
the best
best-
traveling fan base by any
the
stretch.
ve-
I travel.
We're
with them, so
good.
I know.
Oh no, indeed not, Pancho. Come on. I go to
Wasn't
three.
he the best?
I go
We in a conversation.
I go to 3 to 4 away games a year before COVID. And let me tell you what, we ain't even in top 5.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
No way.
I mean,
'Cause,
Rich, if you had to throw a top
Dave,
5,
let me tell you what. I'm gonna throw you top 5 right now.
Steelers,
Yep, number
Buffalo,
1,
Green Bay,
San Francisco travels
San Francisco.
well.
Buffalo don't
that's a
travel at all.
possibility.
I don't see anybody. I barely see anybody.
San Francisco took over that Superdome.
I'll say
Pancho,
this:
you know.
I think the Bills fans took over our dome as much as any team I've ever seen in the last 15
Dave,
years.
that was insane.
Yeah.
That was insane. The Buffalo game. My God.
Yeah. I was about to say that Bills Mafia is legit.
dude,
I think they're number one
like,
right now.
New Orleans is
as
like
far as best
Buffalo's
fan
Super
base.
Bowl, bro. Like we're almost like we're gonna get everybody's A game, and New Orleans is getting everybody's A game. Why? Everybody wants to come to New Orleans. New Orleans is probably the littlest big city. The littlest big city.
Dude, what in
It's a
what
great
did
destination. I
Oh,
don't
dude,
doubt
oh,
that. Yeah. But
what is going on
I'm just talking
here?
about other places, Pancho. I'm talking about I think the Bills fans are more consistent in all around the map. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say, Mike. Listen, Dave, how many away games have you been to?
Dude, I can watch them on TV and listen to the freaking.
Oh, so-
I don't have to go to one away game.
You allow the TV to dictate what you see.
Okay. No, a lot of TV. I allow the crowd noise to
Again,
dictate what I see. When I hear a
TV.
crowd take over for the opposing
You
team,
allow
I know
the
that
TV
place
to
is
dictate
packed.
what you see, what you don't see. Like I'm there. Like,
I mean,
Pancho, I disagree.
This is the funniest thing, Pancho. You being there gives you no more insight than anybody watching at home.
It.
Let's
You
just
see
throw
what
that
people
out the
want you
mix
to
right
see.
now.
I see
But
it.
it's the same thing. Poncho, the TV shows you the same thing you see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we actually see
I
more
agree
shit
with you.
at
That's why
TV
I
than
go to
y'all
the
see
games.
over there.
I go to the games because I love the crowd. I love to hear.
Oh,
everybody
nobody's
cheering.
taking that away from you, but you don't see anything different from what we see.
No, listen. If Pancho, listen to me. I'm sorry. I disagree. I disagree with you saying that, Pancho, because I travel a lot with the team. I do, and there's nowhere near when we did when the crowds that come here.
Yeah, I mean the Buffalo thing alone. I mean that spoke volumes. I mean you can hear it on
we
the
couldn't
TV.
even. We couldn't
Richie, are
before
you
Drew.
going to
I mean,
Buffalo, New
it's-
York?
before-
Are you
before
going to
Drew-
Buffalo, New York to go hang out? No, you're not. You're not. Or you going to
Wait a
Cleveland?
minute,
Pancho, but I'm just
you're
saying, like
thinking-
Buffalo,
Pancho,
everywhere, their
before
fans
New
do this.
Orleans, dude, you're gonna party. You're gonna that'd be a destination city. So
I
we
get what you're saying, Pancho, but they do it everywhere, man.
We are
Pancho,
the A game for everybody else.
before Sean Payton got here, we couldn't even sell a Superdome out.
Yeah, it's true.
You're talking about tradition with franchises that's been doing this for 40 years.
Yeah, they're a great
Call
fan base.
it like you see it. The Saints have only been relevant the last 20 years. I mean, that's the reality of it.
Yeah, we can't pat ourselves on the back too much. I mean,
Oh, Raiders fans are one of the top, if not the top. I mean,
they travel out. They're nowhere near Buffalo, though. I think the Packers, the Bills,
Raiders, yeah.
you need
That's
to go
rough.
out and shop a little bit more and experience.
What do you do, Pancho? Let me ask you this. If somebody has a Google device right now, Google best traveling NFL fans, and I guarantee you Buffalo's in the top 3.
I can tell you what, Chris will do it right now, but it ain't
I'll bet
going to be.
I'll bet $100 right now. We pull up 3 sites that pull up that information. Buffalo's top 3 or top 5.
And I bet you pull up them sites and we ain't in the top 10.
No, in Pittsburgh and Buffalo, Green Bay, maybe the Eagles, like maybe the 49ers. But look, dude, we're a great fan base. But dude, I think some of these other ones travel a little better than us. I think that's the case.
I got news for you, dude. LSU travels better than the Saints.
Oh no, come on.
They do. I mean, they do, especially in this region. They definitely. I mean,
sports. I mean,
What is it, Chris? What's the big number?
Well, Cowboys are the biggest.
Really? I would.
I can see that though. I mean,
I'm
a big
not
fan
arguing it.
base.
I wouldn't argue it.
I'm kind of looking for a good, solid.
he's looking for a biased page.
I love the Saints, dude, but we're not going to be in that top 5.
Just spit it out, Chris. Just go ahead. Just spit it out.
Just throw one.
I'm looking.
Listen. I'm gonna show you right here. Look, I'm gonna read it off of just Google.
Oh, I don't trust Pancho's sources. I've seen what he puts on our pages.
Los Angeles Rams
I've watched enough videos.
There it is. Look. There it is.
Wait, Chris
There
has
it
it.
is.
Wait.
Chris has it out. Look.
Wait, listen. Fans,
Saturday 316.
New Orleans
Wait,
fans being second.
Saturday's 316 has brung it up for us. Listen.
So what is it, Rich? I can't see that far, so y'all gonna have to help me out.
Dallas Cowboys is number 10.
Uh-huh.
Number 9 is Chicago.
Yep.
Okay.
Bills are number 8. 7 is
that's
Denver.
stiff.
What?
Yeah, I don't know about Denver. Pittsburgh at 6. Green Bay at 5. Cleveland at 4. No way. They don't even
See, I know. I'm starting to doubt the poll here.
3's the Raiders. 2's Kansas City. Maybe now, in Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's how we dropped the ball on Kansas City. We did drop the ball on that fan base. That's a really strong fan base.
And the loudest stadium in football, I can tell you that.
Listen,
Jesus.
they got the Redskins. Bleacher Report's got the Redskins at 8. Come on.
Thank you, Fatty. 16 for that.
We're just gonna keep calling the Redskins, aren't we?
I haven't seen a Broncos fan in fucking 10 years.
I gotta agree with Pancho on that. I think he's totally off of the Bills thing, but I gotta agree with the Denver thing. Yeah, I gotta agree with Denver there.
Like I mean,
we
almost came America's team. Like, come on, dude. Like after the
Listen, Pancho, I appreciate. Me and you have been through thick and thin with these Saints. Listen. That's a fact, y'all. Y'all can get on Pancho all y'all want. We've been through hell with these damn Saints. I'm telling you right now.
Richie,
I'm talking fighting. You want to talk about fans? You want to talk about fans? It was me and Pancho against how many fans that was that day, Pancho? Oh my God! Good night. Almost a brawl.
You're telling me another fan base came out here and outdid y'all?
No, indeed not. It was just me and him. Everybody else went in the Superdome.
Oh, we talking what year? Wait, Eagles 2006? Because I was there for that.
You were there for that one.
I was there for that one.
That was the day your call got told.
It might have been. It may have been. I know that was the day. Wasn't it the game Reggie Bush took that hit that we heard all the way up in the 600s?
Yeah, that would be it. That would be it.
Good ball game. I was happy that Reggie was able to finish the year.
I don't doubt that we got some of the passion. I mean, I'm not.
Richie, see how he just pulls off that memory like that? Like he's willing to sit at home and never experience that again. Like that's what.
No, I don't.
Let me tell you what, bro.
I don't like going as much as I used to, man. I'm old. I don't know. Maybe that's it.
Listen, here's the reality of it. This is the truth. And I talked to a guy about this, and I'm not saying Dave's not a fan. Pancho, you a bigger fan. I'm a bigger fan. Listen, football has changed as a whole because more people want to sit home and watch it to keep up with their fantasy team. They can watch different games on the TV. It's the reality of it.
I could get a 6-pack of beer for $8 instead of paying like $100 for like 3. You know what I'm saying?
Walk right down the hallway, go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's my season. That's my season.
You could take a dump, grab a beer, eat some jambalaya, not have to worry about parking.
Pancho,
no one denies season tickets.
Okay,
Pancho, no one denies your love for the Saints, dude.
11.
But we're not going to give you an award or some kind of.
That's a profit.
What do you want?
Okay. Well, all right. Well,
I love this shit. This is what I live for right here. This is good.
Here we go. Wow.
Man.
So what we got there now? What's
that was the Reggie Bush hit.
Oh wow. Whew.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
Listen. All right, Pancho. Well, let me hear you out. You said you got 11 season tickets, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, here's my thing, and I got a rule against something that I don't like that people do.
I know where this is going, Rich.
Okay, here we go. I got 4 season tickets, and never in my life ever have I sold my season tickets to anybody.
All right, so
I have given them away. I've given them away 100% of the time.
Shame.
No, I sold mine. I still sell. That's awesome. But anyway,
you are cheating the Saints as a fan if you make a profit off them.
That is the most retarded.
No, it is not. No, it is not.
How the hell are you going to go into somebody else's stadium and go sit in there without them selling you?
Wait, what?
Because
how are we going to go to Atlanta and go sit in their stadium without one of their tickets hold someone else their ticket?
You just flashed your season tickets.
You got 11.
You were the greatest Saints fan, and you're out here selling your tickets, bro.
To the enemy, to the enemy.
To the enemies.
I think you should go sit. I think you should go sit in every seat.
What if there's 500 Panchos out there? All of a sudden, we got like 10,000 fans from another team. You know what I mean?
Listen, I'm just giving him some shit. I know he's a diehard.
I knew that was coming because Pat gives him that same shit, and it's funny.
Nah,
you got
funny. Listen, if you can listen, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, you might as well make a profit off it because everybody else is making profit off us. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Didn't he make a profit off that Cowboys game?
Like, listen to this. You know how many kids?
There you go. That's right. That's right.
Kids from other towns or other cities were a Drew Brees fan, and they came to New Orleans. They want to see Drew Brees live. Why wouldn't I sell them a ticket to go see their childhood?
Wait,
Yep, I agree.
Oh, don't.
wait. What did he say?
No.
Wait,
Now,
I get
Pancho,
cut
do you
out.
sell?
He's
Now, will
trying
you
to play
sell?
that.
Is
Now,
he trying to go
will
make a wish style on us
Yes,
right
he
now?
is. Yes, he is.
Now,
No,
Pancho,
Dave,
will you
Oh,
sell your
Pancho, that has
tickets?
never crossed your mind, man. Come on.
Dave,
Shame.
you've never taken your kids to Turner Field.
Yes, my kids have been to
watch a
every
Yankees
game.
game.
My kids have been to football games, NBA games, baseball
So
games.
what if they was denied that opportunity
I
because
can't
somebody
believe
don't want to sell
you
tickets?
know
Why?
what? With
Why
such
would
a
they be
good
denied?
person, I'll tell you what a
So
good
Pancho,
person would
do you have a Pancho? Do you have a rule? Do you have a rule of selling visiting team people?
No, I donate tickets
Richie.
to kids here and there.
Pancho, I
Yeah, I
got a
do that. But I
question.
mean,
Wait, I want to hear
what
what
Chris
Chris got here.
I got a question.
I go
I
ahead.
think if I were a season ticket holder and I saw this poor child that wanted to see his famous athlete, I would give him the tickets and I'd sell it to him.
Then
There you
Pancho
go.
would. Pancho would. Pancho would. No, we joke with him, but I know of 100% fact he would. Pancho does a lot with them kids. No. Pancho would not. If I call Pancho up today, I can call Pancho up on a primetime game, and if I told him a story of a kid that needed 100%, he would. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not just saying it because he's a good dear friend of mine.
Yeah.
He would probably sit home and let that person go.
So he's not making a special cruise somewhere to take advantage of people or not like
No,
that.
he would.
basically.
Whoa.
Hey, the Tuesday night war is on, baby.
$55.
You know, not making a fake fundraiser and stuff, you know.
I mean, I don't know who would go that route, you know.
I mean, I don't know neither, you know.
Jesus.
Trying to make
The Cowboys ticket cost me $55. I sell it for $350. How is that not simple? One ticket. I got 7 of them. If I want to sell all of them for $350,
That's the Johnny Manziel money sign right
dude,
there.
it pays
That's
for
right.
a whole
Johnny
season.
Manziel needs to make a cruise, man. I'd go on that cruise.
From a whole
He's
season.
opening a bar.
We need to go. That needs to be a podcast
we need to
out
go visit that, man. That's fun.
That's what I said. If Johnny Manziel had a cruise, I'm game, dude. I'm on that cruise.
Did y'all not watch that on Netflix yet?
I didn't see it yet. No.
Oh, you gotta watch that.
What is it? I want to go watch.
Manziel Untold Story.
Oh, it is? It's on there? It's on Netflix?
So all this, everybody thinks he comes from money. And
Yeah.
He does not. His friend from college made that up because he was traveling across states to go sign and do autograph signings for $30,000.
Wow.
And he was pissed at A&M because A&M was making bukus like money.
Oh, yeah.
So friend said, listen, Johnny comes from a wealthy family. They're from oil. He was not. They even asked his dad during the combine to fake a heart attack because the night before he went to go at the combine, he was so drunk and hungover that they wanted his dad to fake a heart attack so he could leave the combine early.
Jeez.
I mean, it's all on Netflix, and I was like, wow.
I gotta check it out, dude. I gotta check that out.
Well, he's like Jamarcus Russell without the booze.
I don't think Jamarcus Russell had as much fun as Johnny Football.
Did you hear the Jamarcus Russell story with Kirk Morrison? That's all over TikTok right now. The former linebacker with the Raiders. What was that? I don't know what just happened. But
That would sound like a
we got a big game this weekend, man. Any things you're looking forward to this weekend or what?
I want to just watch our rookies. I want to watch,
red, white, and yellow.
Well, you seen today's news about Rashid, huh?
He's out. He's hurt, huh?
Got a serious groin injury.
Oh, that's not good at all.
But they said he should be good to go for the season opener.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Yeah.
I just think a lot. I think these injuries are just a lot of guys just burn. This heat, man, is bad, man.
You got to get the machine going, like you said. Yeah, Richie. There's a lot of calf strains going around. I don't know. That seems to be like the injury of the training camp right now. It's like calf strains all around the league.
When you start, they used to practice, pretty much year round. When they started taking that away from the clubs, taking that, certain days, certain this, then you rely on the athlete to start, policing themselves, because back in the day, they come in and do whatever, whenever. But now they limited to, access to the facility, or they only can do certain things, or you get what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
back in the day, you could go out and play pickup football and stay loose and stay,
Yeah, but
in shape in some kind of way. Yeah, now it's sort of like they got it so detailed to a science. You can't have a house with stairs. You can't. You gotta have.
What? You can't have stairs in your house now?
I don't think you can.
You can't eat burritos on Fridays.
I can
Yeah,
tell you
like,
now, Pancho. I can tell you now, Pancho. Every one of those players have stairs in their house.
That was pretty interesting, Bonjo. I didn't go to that too, man. That was interesting.
You can't do none of that. You know, get what I'm saying?
You can't have lighting that's not LED. You know what I'm saying? You got to stop playing Netflix around 10 o'clock.
I think there's a lot of money. There's a lot of money at stake. I mean, because the players. I mean, you got to keep them healthy for week one. You need them healthy for the entire season. But I mean, I agree with what you're saying.
At what point did the ACLs and all this become an issue? You get what I'm saying? Like back in the day, like dude, you ran with a torn ACL. You get what I'm saying? Like it's
money.
But you probably should. Yes. I mean, we know more now. You know what I mean? We know more.
You got to realize, Pancho, the players union protects these players now with the injuries and stuff.
I'm saying overprotecting is causing over injuries.
Back in the day, players had broken whatever.
Back in the day, they didn't really have a players union.
Well, that's true, but they also didn't make as much money.
The money,
exactly.
The money is everything. Absolutely. If you're an owner, you're paying out so much guaranteed money. You're going to protect the hell out of your investment. You know what I mean?
You're an investment, and you're an asset. That is what you are as a player.
I mean, Joe Burrow can't go climb Mount Everest in the offseason. You know what I'm saying? And go play with tigers or something in the jungle.
Like
you know what I mean?
Naheem Hines. You know what I'm saying? Like that's.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Who was the guy years ago? Remember that running back Edwards? He was in a flag football game on a beach, and he ruined his career for New England. No, there's a guy. He was a running back. I can't even think of his first name. I'm having a blank. You might have been somebody. He was a young running back with Patriots. I mean, this is years ago, and the kid he tore up his knee really bad playing beach
that was your boy. You know that was the guy from the Georgia running back.
It might have been. This guy got off to a good start in his career.
His knee, but he played for the Patriots. He did play for the Patriots. It was in the Pro Bowl. It was in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, you got to really be careful with these guys. I mean, sports, look at NBA with load management, baseball, we don't see pitchers throw 120 pitches a game anymore. I mean, NBA, how many off days do guys get, you know?
Yeah, a couple. So what are we thinking about Sunday? What are you expecting to see Sunday? What are you hoping to see Sunday out of who and out of what?
I want to see how the offensive line plays with each other.
Good call, Richie. Good call, man. Trevor Penning. I want to see what he. Trevor Penning.
I mean, we didn't get much. We didn't get much of Trevor Penning last year at all.
Yeah.
You say Trevor Penning and
mother freaker, bro.
Huh?
Yeah. Can he be the next Kyle Turley? That's what we got to see, man.
I think you need that. But I'm
you need that, absolutely.
Richie's favorite quarterback, Jake Hayner. That's who I want to see.
I want to see Jake Hayner. I want to see that dude's touchdown celebration because I saw those photos and I don't even know what to expect this dude to do if he does something well in the game.
Jake should be the starter by week 8. I'm saying.
Wait, the starter?
He threw a bad ball the other day in practice.
If Jake Hayner's our starter, we're in some serious trouble by week 8. Man.
That was a joke. It's a joke.
No, I want to see. Hey, man, let me ask you this: Derek Carr. How much did Derek Carr play in this game?
He needs to prove that he's a slight upgrade from Andy Dalton.
Oh shit!
Look at the numbers.
I'm gonna compare the numbers from last year to this year. Yes, I'm gonna do that.
No.
I'm talking about Andy Dalton's numbers last year. I'm gonna compare it to his numbers this year.
He'll be way better.
How many touchdowns did Andy Dalton threw last year? Do you know?
I can look it up real quick.
I know.
Not a lot.
It's a very deceiving. His numbers weren't as bad as what people think. They were a little better.
Is the over under 30?
Oh, it's under 30.
You think?
I would say
18.
30, yeah.
Good night.
Yeah.
And guess how many Daniels threw in New York?
Daniel Jones?
Huh?
15.
How many?
15.
13.
It was 13? Okay.
15.
It was 15.
I thought so.
And he got $40 million now, and he got $40 million a year.
He ran a lot. Maybe that's what they're looking at. The rushing yards were pretty high for Daniel Jones last year.
This league.
I'm about to go cut this pizza up, bro.
Well, you go do that, bro. Hey, but listen.
Get the pizza going, bro.
Hey, real fans stay here and talk football.
That's
exactly. No,
listen.
Listen. Before we end the segment, let's bring Fatty 316 on to tell us about his podcast and everything, y'all. So come on in, Fatty 316. There he is. There's our producer.
Can I comment on something y'all was talking about the injuries now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Me and my partner just got into this conversation, and from a ex-play, I'm going to tell you what the fuck's wrong. One, they're not conditioning no more. They can work their bodies until they're jacked to the moon. All they're going to do is hurt themselves even quicker because their bodies are so built up, but they're not conditioning their bodies to play football anymore. They practice less, but yet they work out more. That's what's killing them. They're not.
True.
I mean, you take out 2 preseason games. That was the worst thing you could ever done.
Yeah.
Now you can't even evaluate your own young talent anymore. And it gave them conditioning. That's why I was always a fan of them leaving and going out of state. Let them shack up with one another, play together, and do all of that, and work in the heat, bust your ass. They lazy. They're $1 million babies now. That's all it is. Y'all. I mean, everybody's going to have to learn to live with that shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So tell us about your podcast, Chris.
The Bayou Geeks podcast. We've been around for a couple years now. I know y'all were asking about it last show. We talk about pop culture and nerdom pretty much, you know. Not all nerds wore glasses back in the day, you know. Some of them had long hair.
That's what's up.
Well, we talk about everything. Well, I created the show because I got tired of seeing how like a lot of shit's being, I'm gonna be real, bastardized now. Like all the shit, you know, we supported for over the years when no one else cared about it until like the $1 million corporations got their hands into it. Now they got to say a friggin' message with every friggin' movie they make.
Yeah, it's all censored. Everything's censored.
I mean, it's not even censored anymore. I mean, the shit they doing now to like characters you once loved and respected, they just like bastardize them all.
Yeah.
You know, and no one like the Marvels or all the comic books, they got to have a political agenda in everything now. And it's sad.
Right.
You ruined all the culture and lore about all these characters because of that. And that's what we pretty much bitch and complain about, hang out, and just ramble. Don't give a shit, you know.
That's good stuff.
That's what we're
Fatty
about.
316, make sure you share that on the link below so people can subscribe and go like your page and everything.
Yeah, we do our show it's usually out on every Sunday, and once a month we're gonna go do a live show every once a month. We don't have a day. It'll be a Friday.
It takes
or Saturday.
a real man to go up against the NFL on Sundays.
Well,
that's right. He can pull it. He can pull that off. He can pull out. He said, "Screw the NFL."
There's more people that watch YouTube than the NFL. I promise you that.
People, get off this damn. Get on YouTube.
More people watch YouTube than they watch TV now because
I have teenagers. I know exactly what you mean.
No, you don't, dude. People just watch YouTube and videos like y'all, shows like y'all.
YouTube has YouTube has the NFL Sunday Ticket now. That tells you right there.
The cable era is gone, dude. The cable era is just about done.
The regular TV show is gone. It's like shows like y'all, shows like mine. People rather watch ordinary people yap about the shit they love than watch some bullshit that's on TV now.
Can we get paid like they do?
Well, you got to build that subscription. You got to get subscriptions up, man. I'm not even there yet.
We're a long way from Pat McAfee money.
There you go. Exactly.
Jump on Barstool. Maybe you can jump on Barstool.
Maybe so, man.
Maybe
we need to get the Red Beans guy on here or something, man.
Dave Portnoy, he just bought it back.
Yeah, he bought it back.
So he bought it back. He bought Barstool back for $1.
And he hired the guy back.
Oh,
the guy that got fired. Yeah, he hired him back.
He hired Mincy back. See, Barstool was sold to Penn Entertainment, who just struck a deal with ESPN. But
hey guys, I'm about to crap out.
Peace out. All right, P.
All right, P.
So Penn Entertainment and Barstool joined forces, and then Dave Portnoy just bought it back for $1. Barstool.
Nice.
So Penn Entertainment sold and gave Dave Portnoy like $551 billion or whatever. But they cut ties, and then when they cut ties, they brought Mitzi back. And now Penn Entertainment is opening up a sports book with ESPN, apparently. So,
nice.
That's good. Well, listen, guys, it's about time for all of us to sign off. Thank you, Fatty 316, for everything you've done for this show, man. Really, truthfully, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
people don't know the behind-the-scenes stuff you do. You know that. You know that, man.
Awesome.
Oh, it's fun, though. Man, y'all got me tempted just to pop in and be like, wait, hold on. I got to jump in on this.
Just throw some shit on there. Yeah, man.
We'll throw Pancho out. You come on in.
Pancho's going to have his pizza time the last 5 minutes of every show.
With his 11 season tickets.
Yeah, with his 11 season tickets. Hey, go watch a game.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll talk for one. Go sell a ticket. Go sell your ticket.
Oh yeah. Bear Master, huh?
All right,
Ticket
y'all.
mate,
Well,
the new
listen, we're
Ticket
signing
Master.
off, y'all. Hey, thank y'all again, guys. I appreciate it. Listen, make sure y'all join me if you can. They still got tickets available for the show at the Four Columns this weekend for No One Fights Alone. Go check out 504 Paints. Go check out Limitless Entertainment. 3316. Send us off, baby.
Let's roll on out. Hey,
Peace out, y'all.
I wasn't ready for that, man.
Who that?
That's all right. We're good.
Later.